Hey guys, here's a quick update on the shop. Got some workbenches in and got the walls and the ceiling painted, and we're starting to lay stuff out. We got a little bit to go yet, but hey, I just wanted to talk with you. You guys said that you wanted to hear about some thoughts on the election scenarios. So I'm thinking that there's probably, like 3 basic scenarios that are the most likely to happen. Least likely, number 1, being that Biden wins in a landslide. And then, less than 90 days after he takes office, Trump challenges it, but he ends up taking office before Inauguration Day. And then, probably within 90 days, Kamala, takes office, obviously, and assumes the presidency. So that would be scenario 1. Scenario 2 would be if Trump wins by a landslide and the Democrats challenge it beyond Inauguration Day, right? They're tied up into court for months and months. That's probably scenario 2, because I think they're going to challenge it no matter what. And then potentially the third scenario would be that, I don't know, maybe it's undecided. It goes undecided, and then Nancy Pelosi ends up taking the presidency in the interim until they figure out who won, which is, and maybe that would happen if it goes past the Inauguration Day, if Trump won and they hold it over. I'm not exactly sure on that, but what do you guys think are the other most popular or most likely scenarios that you'd like to hear some thoughts on? Because to be quite honest, I'm having a very difficult time, thinking about what could happen, because this year's been so crazy. I don't even know if we can even take a stab at it, to be quite honest with you, because anything could happen. And I mean that pretty seriously. So I'd love to hear from you guys on what you think is the scenarios that you're most concerned about. If you could leave those in the comments below, then I'm going to try to work up some points on those things. I guess the third scenario really should have been Trump winning in a landslide and the Democrats try to contest it, but he ends up taking office and is the president by Inauguration Day. That's probably the most likely scenario, and that's actually what I meant to say. Got a little off track there, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you're thinking, or what you're concerned about, and what scenarios you think are the most plausible. Just like the top 1 or 2, and I'll try to see if I can address those, and we'll go back and forth a little bit in the comments, and we'll get something worked up on that. I do think that we are looking at potentially additional shutdowns, possibly COVID related, in Democratic states. And I think we're still the big supply chain shortages are ahead of us yet. And so I really recommend making sure that you're stocked up on your food and water, and all that stuff. I don't think that we're going to see significant violence in more suburban and rural areas, but in probably 5 or 6 or 7 big cities in the city centers areas, I think you're going to see a lot of violence between Election Day and Inauguration Day, regardless of what happens. So we need to be prepared for that. You need to be talking to your neighbors. You need to be making contact with them and just talking about what if scenarios, you know, and how to get a hold of each other and all that kind of stuff if cell phones don't work and the internet's down. You really need to do that. I know it's awkward and it's weird. I've had a great excuse to do that here because we just moved in, but I've had the chance to meet almost all my neighbors, and they're all really good folks, so we're very blessed in that regard. But you need to talk to your neighbors and try to figure things out. So I don't know what other advice off the top of my head. I've got some cool stuff to show you guys here pretty soon on some products I got, just as far as prepping stuff goes, as far as like gas storage and things like that. But I'll do that on another video. And the echo will be fixed in here. It won't be so bad. Hopefully I've got some acoustic panels to put up, so I apologize for the echo now. But anyway, please let me know, what do you think is the most likely scenario that you're most concerned with? And then let's talk about that. All right, talk to you later. Bye.